As the U.S. celebrates its Independence Day, we look back at the first 18 months of Donald Trump's America. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Washington, D.C., and this is The Heat. Is America more divided than ever? To read U.S. news, you might think so. An opinion poll shows stark differences between political parties on issues from immigration to trade tariffs. For a look at how the U.S. president has affected U.S. political discourse, CGTN's Callebs has this report.
U.S. President Donald Trump planted his symbolic flag on the day he was sworn into office.
It is the right of all nations to put their own interests first.
Immigration, trade, the economy, U.S. security, all remolded under Trump's own image and through his mandates.
Trump is very focused now on really building a consensus that is intended to project his view of the world and the U.S. role in it.
Trump's border policy strained relations with nations to the south of the U.S. and cast him as a bully, as children and their parents are divided among the undocumented trying to enter the United States.
The president is also arguing in the last few days that this policy gives him political leverage with legislation. Hurting kids to get legislative leverage is unacceptable. It is evil.
If the Democrats would sit down instead of obstructing, we could have something done very quickly. Good for the children, good for the country.
He's not doing anything to expand his base. He's really not trying to govern for all Americans, as he sometimes stated during his campaign.
And cross Trump by challenging his version of the facts, Trump responds with two words that charge his loyal base.
Fake news, folks, fake news.
Trump received much international praise for sitting down with DPRK leader Kim Jong-un to try to defuse the nuclear tension on the Korean Peninsula. But U.S. allies were shocked when Trump announced he would hold U.S. support for a widely heralded Iran nuclear deal negotiated by former U.S. President Barack Obama's administration.
My major concern there is the only thing he's told us as Americans is, I want a deal that's better than what Obama got. Well, tell me what's a better deal then.
Trump's wheeling and dealing has infuriated his critics at home and abroad. While Trump's supporters gobble it up, they remain unfazed by warnings that come with his policies, such as international tariffs, especially those aimed at China.
Tariffs don't work. Trade is a good thing for the U.S. economy, and we encourage the president and the Chinese to work it out through negotiation and multilateral engagement.
Many of Trump's policies are divisive at home and cast the U.S. in a negative light abroad, arguably damaging the reputation of the United States. But Trump and his faithful continue to press on, refusing to give an inch.
This ruling makes us look weak, which, by the way, we no longer are, believe me.
The upcoming midterm elections are widely seen as a referendum on Trump, a thumbs up or thumbs down on his first 2 years in office. And how will the U.S. fare in the aftermath?
We've gotten through times like this before. We'll get through this too.
Callebs, CGTN in Washington.